up, Studs and Chat? So apparently the homie ecoliespresso came out and he is sharing Gunsmith details about Modern Warfare 2. He was invited out early, so he surely got that information. Make sure to smash. Let's go for 2 likes.
Laid out the key innovations here and what they set out to do with the Gunsmith in Modern Warfare 2. They wanted to give the player a new way to engage with weaponry in Call of Duty, offering more power and control over their weapon, which Gunsmith, again, was that first iteration of full uniqueness that we saw within Modern Warfare 2019 when it comes to weaponry, and this looks to take it a step further. They wanted to introduce a broader range of function, offering more ways to fine-tune your loadout to do exactly what you want it to, and also have it based on grounded military technology.
Yo, if anybody knows how many attachments we had for Modern Warfare 19, I believe it was either 70 different attachments or 70 different levels, but it was still a lot of attachments. Anybody knows? Any scientists in the chat? Let me know.
Now, when we got into the actual discussion of the Gunsmith, we saw that we have a main landing page, similar to how you do with the attachments in Modern Warfare 2019 and Warzone right now. However, the key difference is that they were separated into 2 different parts, attachments and weapon parts. Now, the attachments were listed up top with the categories of muzzle, underbarrel, laser, ammunition, optic, and rear grip. These you can select upwards of 3 total, but it doesn't seem like that's all you're going to be able to use. Not just 3 attachments, but 3 classified as attachments. Then weapon parts on the lower portion of...
Also, Prestigious Q mentioned that there will be 3 attachments, but you can get like 5 attachments, but then, what's his name? Jack Frags, he said that you can have 10 attachments. I'm personally kind of confused. Like, I'm not sure, and he actually made this mock-up, and he also put 3 out of 3 attachments. So personally, I feel like that there might be like different perks. Maybe one perk will allow you to have 5 attachments. Maybe there will be another perk that will be like, yeah, you can have 10 attachments.
Of the menu, these were your barrels, magazines, receivers, and stocks. These don't have any specific allotment to them, so it's something that seems like you can take all 4, which makes me wonder, will you be able to take all of these then, and then with the upper portion of a max of 3, is 7 attachments are max here for Gunsmith within Modern Warfare 2. Right now, we don't know, but that might be the way that it works out. And additionally thinking, because they're segmented the way that they are, I partially think that these attachments above will be more predetermined, more sort of set in stone, while the lower sections of the weapon parts, you'll be able to end up taking into the attachment tuning segment for further customization. But
that's not very stud muffin of them, in my opinion. That's not. Can a brother just, you know, why complicated? Why complicated? Just let us put attachments like okay? Let us have it, man.
But then we end up learning that you have platform-based Gunsmith variations, which offers players deeper unlocking platforms, deeper customization, and the ability to create your own playstyle based out of a weapon. And the image we had associated with this here was a sort of unlock tree for weaponry, this being the progression tab of the menu that we saw initially introduced here. Now, this started with the M4 and then dropped into a couple of different weapons.
My guy, I'm getting a good vibe. It's gonna be a little bit complicated, right? I hope that the UI is not complicated, because listen, man, make the UI simple as possible. If you have to go back to the old days of Black Ops 1, Modern Warfare 2, and Modern Warfare 3 UI, just go there, man, because that UI was simple. It was easy to invite your friends, customize your weapons. Do not go the route of Battlefield 2042, okay? Battlefield 2042, my goodness, man, it was a disease finding the right attachments, and even then we didn't. Modern Warfare 19 attachment system was pretty good, honestly. So if they keep it like that, if you can simplify it even more, do it. But if you cannot, keep it like Modern Warfare 19. Do not go this route where it's like people are burning like 50 million brain cells, because you know what, you got skill-based matchmaking that will do that job for you, right? Like, I mean, damn, okay? Especially like when, if you agree.
I imagine these are variations of the weapons, but not necessarily new weapons. Kind of like how you had the variations of the AK-47, you could make it the 74U, you could make the M4A1 the M16 in Modern Warfare 2019, but it's weird because the image that we saw, it was all placeholder images of previously available weapons from Modern Warfare 2019. Like, the M4 was the M4, but the connected 458 SOCOM icon was the M13. Then there was what looked like the Fin, and then also followed by the Ram, with a tree going in a different direction from the M4 to the Scar, but that Scar was listed as the M16. So with the listings for the M16 and the 458 SOCOM, it makes me kind of think that we're seeing those deeper customization sort of checkpoints, unlocked in sort of predetermined and pre-built variations of the weapon like we just talked about, the M16, the AK-74U, and stuff like that. And it was kind of furthered on that topic of discussion by stating that each of these variations will have unique and shared pools of attachments. So one cool thing is that it looks like that when you unlock some of these things, there'll be shared attachments that you can then use on other weapons, that you won't have to, say, rank up that specific weapon. You can instead pull it from a different one. So maybe something like your red dot sight is something that is universally used after you rank one weapon up and get that unlocked. So
okay, yo, I like that. I feel like that this is gonna be a really good thing for people that do not have enough time, right? Maybe you're working a job, maybe you got 5-10 billion kids around. Hopefully not, but if you got like a family of 5 or 6 or maybe even 10 and you do not have time, then this is a good option. But what about them kiddos that are always high on G Fuel, right? Like they would be like, man, I wanna unlock the red dot shot every single time. Listen, man, I like this idea a lot. I feel like that a lot of people would love that, but also I hope that there is enough content to grind as well. Like make the game grind worthy but not grindy, if that makes sense.
Pretty cool. They also mentioned that there are variations that will sort of blur the lines between whatever rifle or SMG hybrid you want to make or something like that. That also could explain why we saw an LMG on one of those images as well, where you can kind of make an LMG variation of the M4 or kind of blurring the lines there at that. Now again, in theory that doesn't really make a lot of sense per se, but again, we're only looking at it at a sort of top-down perspective. I'm sure it would make much more sense if we could dig deeper into it and see how it actually works in game. Now, additionally, there is associated percentages of what look to be platform mastery, seemingly unlocking every single variation of every weapon with the ability to, on the user interface, zoom in and out to see the tree at large, plus swap to other weapons. For this, personally, I kind of enjoy this. I like the potential of having those pre-made builds for every variation of the weapon, and while it was kind of fun to hunt down those weapons in Modern Warfare 2019 and build certain custom weapons, I'm sure there are plenty of weapon combinations that never really got fully created or an exact match because people just didn't know about them. This look.
How many weapons we're talking this time? How many weapons are we gonna have in this game? I feel like that there will be a lot. There has to be so far. I believe Prestigious made a video that he said that 30 weapons are confirmed in a way, but for so far, right? I'm assuming it's gonna be at least 40 or 50. I hope more the better, for sure.
Looks to be sort of a remedy to that. Now, finally, the last thing we learned about with Gunsmith was attachment tuning, offering a deeper customization for highly engaged players with meaningful adjustments that doesn't compromise balance and is stated to be a game within a game. And this part in particular is where I immediately was like, well, wasn't one of your core pillars of Modern Warfare 2 to be simple, not over the top? Because this goes so far in depth, and honestly, it's something that if you know, essentially, because this is shaping up to—
Bro, I don't know, man. I like that. Like, listen, I'm a nerd at many things as well, but it's just like, damn, man. Can a brother just simplify it? Can a brother, like, don't have to read like 20 billion books or watch like 20 billion videos to understand? I'm not sure if this is gonna simplify J-God's life or not, or Drifter's life or not. I'm not sure, man. It's probably gonna simplify and also complicate their lives, but at the end of the day, damn, we're gonna have content, I guess. You know, I don't know, man. We'll see.
Be the most complex creative class we've ever had. Those that will understand how this works will have a head and shoulders advantage over those that just pick up the game and play. What was detailed to us in this image here, showcasing a little bit of how this would work, was an X and Y axis of adjustments for a barrel attachment being tuned. On your Y axis, you had modifications that emphasized recoil control at the top, ADS speed at the bottom. With the higher you push that slider, the more recoil control you'd have.
Yeah, man, I really hope they do not complicate the menu system and this stuff like Battlefield 2042, because it really did, and then I stopped even trying to put attachments on my weapon in Battlefield 2042, and now I have stopped playing that game altogether. I want to replay and check out the brand new map that they came out with, but you know what I mean, right? Like, damn, son. But let me know your thoughts. Click on this video on the screen. We got a Modern Warfare 3 remaster mod. If you want to see how that works and how you can play, click on this video, and we'll see you right there.